Hello, ladies and Hello, folks. I'm here again. Mr. Alkaline Man, aka Arthur Pogi, Unabat, and coming to you live in Riverside, California. It's Saturday evening. Been trying to get this thing done since afternoon, but me and my wife find this movie. It's just amazing. The Jack Ryan in the Prime Video. So I lost the light anyway. So talking about my next chapter, to get into the next chapter, I just want to discuss a little bit where I come from. So again, recap, migrated here 86, started from the bottom, took my family after a year. With God's blessing, I found a job. I started as courier, eventually handled 200 clients, doctors, and about 50 employees. So basically the business is we run the tests. If you go to the doctor, say, hey John, we need to run some tests. I run the tests. So that's what I had. It was a stressful 6 years. But me and my mom brought me up. I was raised with a single mom. And whatever I've learned, I learned it from her. So anyway, I ran that thing for 6 years, and then finally I decided, hey, wages will make you a living, but profit will make you a fortune. I've learned that. So it was the hardest thing, and the smartest thing I did was quit that job. I went to the water filtration business. For 25 years, I sold thousands of units, whole house, water conditioner, and filtration system for drinking. How they say here in America, that's my bread and butter. So my kids went to good school. I was put on the table. But there's a turning point in 80, about 9 years ago, when they called me, when the prime mortgage thingy went just stacked out. There was no bank will finance all my good. That's how Kangen water got into my life. I saw Kangen 2003, and I was laughing at my friend. Four of them, two doctors said, hey Art, we find this miracle water. I said, yeah, right. They just want to make money from me because I'm good at selling things. So they say, no. So I went to the meeting, but they dropped the ball because they keep telling me about money. I was making good money. I just don't have no time. So I don't want to sell another unit or another filtration system. That's what I thought. And then going back again 8-9 years ago, a guy told me, I'm going to bankroll you. Let's do this water filtration system, this alkaline, cheap alkaline, we'll take the money, multi-level. I said, I know an outfit called Energic. I saw it like, hey, years ago. Why don't we check it out? So I did my snooping, and then finally I said, okay, let's go. We'll see this. The guy that was gonna finance me stood me up. He's just too busy. Doesn't have no time. He drives a Lamborghini, has a Rolls Royce, but time he doesn't have, man. So instead of me going back on traffic, I told myself I better go into this meeting. Maybe I'll learn something. It changed my life. I saw a guy looked like Japanese. His name is Daniel de McCullough. But actually, he's actually Filipino. And me, I'm not a typical Filipino. He's not a typical Filipino. Well, I'm 6'3", I was 355 pounds before. That was before Kangen. So I watch and whatever. Then it's just amazing transformation. I thought it's a multi-level marketing, rinky-dinky, the last thing that you do before you commit suicide kind of thing. Nothing wrong. Some of my friends do network, the pyramid, whatever. Nothing wrong with that. Some of my friends do really, really good on those kind of medium, but not for me. So it's franchising. I'll explain to you later on some of the next issue, why Kangen. Right now, I want you guys to know where I'm coming from. Why am I sharing this? Because again, that's how I got into Kangen, by that one meeting. Okay. The reason I'm recording this, because years ago I will always have camcorders and I put it in VHS and I lost everything. The memories I have was gone. Now I'm a grandfather, newly grandfather, like for 3 months, my only beautiful granddaughter, Riley. So hopefully I could share this next chapter in why Kangen, and then why I'm here, and it's a journey. And maybe one day, my baby girl will listen to it and see what his grandfather has been doing. So, long story short, I got in, and after the meeting, I told Daniel, he was a rock star, but people were like, there was like maybe 80 people in the room. And everybody was questioning, like, it's like football. The captain's in the middle and everybody's huddles up, it's the same thing. So I waited for like maybe 20 minutes just to get a question in. So I told him simple, if I'm gonna do this, I want you to teach me. And he said, who brought you in? No, like etiquette-wise saying. And he was leaning on on his knees because he was putting stuff in his brisket. So he said, who brought you in? So I said, nobody. Doctor maybe 2 years ago, I don't even know if he's doing the dismissal. And then said, I have a question. I said, okay. He pointed to this guy, Jerry Costiga. Jerry Costiga in the business is like the technical guy. You want the competition or whatever, you ask him. So I did. We're talking about parts per million or hardness of the water, the pH, acidity, etc., etc., etc. He didn't answer my question. And after 8 years, we always joke because I asked him, you're the one who signed me in. You got me really. And he said, yeah, I know. That Jerry. Anyway, Daniel was smart. He could have just, yeah, sure, blah, blah, blah. He said, bring your wife to my house. And I did. And the rest was history. I've been doing it for 8 years. And I don't look much, but I'm in 8 countries. April 4 was a changing date for me. That's why I'm sharing. I had surgery, quadruple bypass and a valve replacement. Me, by sharing this, maybe I could share the blessing for health-wise, financial, and peace of mind. Because again, we all have our own sacrifices. I left the Philippines and a charmed life. I played college ball and I did some movies too when I was younger. And the reason for that is the family. And I had 5 brothers and sisters in the Philippines, 5 brothers and 1 sister. So a shout out to Joey, Dennis, Raymond, Henry, and Princess. Okay, so, and Tom is actually here. One of my brothers is actually in Kansas. But I have a baby brother who's a successful doctor, is one of the best oncologists, OBGYN, practicing. So we always joke, there's only two professions in my family we don't have, doctor and priest. Told my mom can't be a priest. So I tried the pre-med, okay. So I did that, but I can't take the hours, man. I really can't. I could be stuck in traffic and I'll endure it, but stuck in one place for 8, 12, 15, 24 hours, I will go nuts. So anyway, we sacrificed, but through the years in Kangen, I have more friends, real friends, in this business when I was on my playing years. Because if you are Filipino, or you know a little culture in the Philippines, if you are a basketball player, you are God, literally. I don't know why. Filipinos are short of it. We love basketball so much. It's crazy. There was no football, there was no Manny Pacquiao before. They'll figure that out. But I was lucky because I'm 6'3", so I had my ways. I played with 3 schools. But I knew that I need some scenery. I really dream about America, so I'm here. So one thing I will tell you right now, no matter what country you come from, what race, what religion, what you believe in, the same wind blows on all of us. When a disaster, political wind of opportunity, it's the same wind that blows. I don't care which country you come from. It's setting up the sail that set you where your destination is. So now right now I'm it's funny when I talk to you guys, talking to myself in the dark camera, I feel weird and funny. But you will see my family, part of that. My sister-in-law has been supporting us, like Dulcen is her husband Ricky, and 3 children, Jason, Justin, and Trixie. But you have to pardon me sometimes when Filipino is still my first language. So if you notice in Filipino, when you say, there's no she and he, him and her. So sometimes I interchange it. My son said, is Pat gay? I will keep saying she. That's just him. So, but especially on pronunciation, like I tell Filipino, like, you need to slang it a little bit. So, like, let me just get a joke. I said, like, okay, I told my cousin, read that. He said, San Pedro. No, you have to say, San Pedro, right? Okay. Oh, okay. How about that? We went to LA. There was, I said, what's that? El Segundo. I said, no, you should say El Segundo. Oh, okay. Coming to LA in somewhere in Eagle Rock, I said, that's easy. Oh, I could say that. He said, Yosemite. I said, dummy, it's Yosemite. Oh, she was so mad at me. Like, one of the things that I started here on my Kangen story, the accent is different. I noticed that, accent in LA, in the Midwest, in Florida or in New York are different. Totally different. Like in the Midwest, I said, I reckon they say, what do you call that? In LA, they say we do a lot of right? So it's a culture thing, but one of the things that my transition here in America is not that bad because I got into the Hispanic culture first and the African American culture. Why? Because my territory is in LA. And honestly, the culture is the same. You know, the Latino community, the tío, the tia, they're like clannish. So is the African American. We don't mess with it. They'll like swarm you, man. And plus the food. Oh my God, it's the same. So my transition was not, it was really excellent. And the only thing is, you put gas here by yourself. In the Philippines, we don't. Really. The labor is so cheap, you don't put your own gas in your car. Somebody puts that in there, okay? So, when going back, on my next blog, tomorrow I will have a Kangen cruise. We rented a yacht. There's about 200 people in the boat. First thing in the morning. So that's my next blog, and see what Kangen lifestyle is all about. Here's a clue. I'm going 7 months now. I just stay here. 99% of the time I'm home. But because of what I did 2-3 years ago, I'm paying the bill. It's not as much as when I was working, but I still get paid on override. It's like franchising. It's just opening a 7-Eleven. Okay? With all the, shall we say, challenges, and I teach this to I share this, I emphasize this to my kids, my student, my business partner, my distributor. You welcome challenge. Because the good Lord will not give you a cross that He doesn't think you could carry. Because challenges is growth. Without challenges, you will not grow up. It's stagnant. Let me put it in a phrase. It's like flying without gravity. It's not gonna happen, guys. See somebody who doesn't have challenges. See their lifestyle. They're stagnant. And there's a saying, where you are now is because of where you have been. So watch out for some of my blogs about sales, because that's my forte, selling. Like, I will give you an example, okay? The proximity of first people. You need to learn the proximity where your safety net. You walk to a person and you're too close. Tendency is they go back. Why? Because the proximity. So when you talk to a friend, a client, a boss, somebody you like, you need to know the proximity. If you break that proximity, that means you're already connected. I knew that for a fact when I migrated here. I had to study the culture, because culture of Filipinos are really, really different. We're like very sensitive to name calling. Here, not that bad. Well, it's still bad, but hey, you say a nasty word to me, I'll remember it. But in America, not so much. Yeah, so just little things. But anyway, so in the last 8 years, I've been into countries that I had no idea that I would go because of this business. The business is sharing water. When I got into the business, I told Dan, okay, what's next? You share water. Okay, to whom? He said, don't you know anybody that drinks water? I said, okay. When do I tell them to buy the unit? I thought it's a water filter. No, it's not. It's a medical device. 7, 8 years ago, when I tell people, hey, try my alkaline water, they will say, what's that, battered water? Now, they will say, oh, I could get that from my local grocery, my health food store. Yeah, instead of me going to the scientific stuff that my water is this, my water is that, right? I tell them, I don't care what water you got, alkaline or not. You cannot take this in the airplanes. They have to dump it though. But guess what? Can't get water? You could bring it to the airplane. You want a couple of gallons? I will show that also in the video. Just to make it safe, right? There will be a clip there. Now, I'm still getting into the editing. It's a pain, but yeah, it's something to learn. And I think I'm doing pretty good for a beginner. Anyway, again, my family in the Philippines, I miss you. To my Kangen friends, you know who you are. And the journey is really, really, really awesome, guys. If you're keeping your business options open, or just want to be healthy or lose a couple pounds, we share the water all over the world for free. Connect me here. Ask me questions. And then don't forget to subscribe and press that bell so that when I give information about this crazy, wonderful water, you'll be first. But don't get duped on investing or buying. They're buying units from whatever. Try the water first. Now, this is only part of, I cannot go to the next chapter without you telling my Kangen story first. Because, for one thing, I will not be here if not for Kangen. Why? I don't know, you guys listened to my first log. 2 of my friends that were younger than me. It's really unfortunate. They both died in heart attack. One was 1 year, and the other was 2 days before I had mine. Me, I never thought I had a heart attack. I was walking to the ER thinking I just had congestion. And guess what? Now, it's not a medical claim. I'm just telling you that that's my story. Now, would you believe me or not? Hey, I just challenge you to drink the water. Plus, right now, starting today, I'm challenging myself to 1 gallon a day for 28 days. Now, look at me, how I look like. And then you see again after 28 days. So that's how I'm going to challenge myself. So, with that, I say adieu because you guys are awesome. And keep tracking. And this is your friendlyhood neighborhood alkaline signing up. Marami pong salamat.